What's up, people? Me again, Mr. B. And today I want to give an opinion on this whole uh, furore surrounding the RJR National Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year Awards, which has come in for a fair amount of flack from sports fans in Jamaica and around the world. And that is because in the opinion of a lot of the commentators, myself included, it would appear as if the RJR National Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year Award should really be called the National Track and Field Awards. That is because for most of the years, the function and the award winners in particular seem to come primarily, if not almost exclusively, from track and field. And so it's against that background and the fact that, you know, the announcement of the nominees seem to leave out some serious individuals who we believe, myself included, ought to have been at the very least be afforded a nomination. Now, the chairman of the RJR Sports Foundation, Mr. Gary Allen, is on record, attempting to sort of tone down some of the discourse that has arisen as a result of the direction, if you will, where some of these deliberations have literally gone. And essentially, he has declared that the foundation is looking at including other sports, if you will, in other words, putting in stronger approach to bringing in other sports and recognizing other sports personalities into the awards, in particular individuals who have been performing at a world-class level outside of Jamaica, even though they may not have represented Jamaica, which is a reasonable argument. But one kind of wonder if you really should take that with just a grain of salt, because last year, when the arguments came up around the same awards function or the announcements preceding the function, there was no mention of the reggae girls who had done the country extremely proud by making it to well, apart from qualifying twice for a World Cup final, Women's World Cup final, they made it to the second round in the tournament. An unprecedented feat, and there was no room there for any kind of recognition. The same thing can be said too about the Sunshine Girls. The Sunshine Girls is essentially one of the winningest of teams as far as team sport is concerned from a Jamaica perspective. No other team unit has had the long run of success that the Sunshine Girls have had. They have for decades maintained a position in the top 5 easily, and on a number of occasions, top 3 netball team, top netball team in the world. And no room is, there's no room for any recognition of this aggregation over the years. And again, even though the promise was made to bring them in, or bring in, team recognition, no mention of that in this year's nominees. And so people are, concerned, myself included, we look at the names and nominees that have been represented for the 2024 awards, and you really have to start asking some questions. I mean, people like Khadija Bonnie Shaw, Tyrese Tank Thompson, right? Um, we have, you know, some of you, since I mentioned the netballers, I want to touch on a couple of them. Shamira Sterling. Shamira Sterling has been instrumental. She and Latanya Wilson, um, very instrumental in back-to-back Suncorp titles for the Thunderbirds in 2023 and 2024, solidifying the influence of Jamaican netballers in the world's top leagues. Yet, no mention of these young ladies. Then, of course, there is Romelda Aiken George, who in this year, 2024, was named the most valuable player in the Suncorp Super Netball finals after leading her team, the Adelaide Thunderbirds, to victory. And of course, again, overlooked. There is the young fella here, Tyrese Tank Thompson. Now, Thompson made history by winning the heavyweight division in the Pan American Mixed Martial Arts Championships in Mexico in September of this year. And despite his extraordinary achievement in a highly competitive field, Thompson didn't even get a look in, no nomination. And then, of course, there is Khadija Bonnie Shaw. No, this is a travesty. Rated among the top, in fact, the Guardian newspaper ranked her as the 4th best football player, female player in the world, right? And if we start to read out her accolades, this video will go run long. But suffice it to say, 2 years in succession, she was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, right? The Golden Ball. And apart from anything else, led the Jamaican national women's team to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, right? The quarterfinals of the World Cup. And even prior to that, the very first time that the team made the World Cup finals, she was a part of that team. A phenomenal striker, one of the wickedest conversion rates in the women's game, right? And again, no mention, no nomination, right? Khadija plays for Manchester City. Literally is the linchpin of that unit, and you know, has led the team in every possible, every conceivable way that you expect a top football player to have done. She, yes, is a club team, but remember, she's also the captain of the Reggae Girls, and it's not her fault that she has been unable to play on the Reggae Girls team over the course of 2023 and parts of 2024 because of the imbroglio between the team itself and the Jamaica Football Federations, which dragged on for almost 2 years, and because there was no quarter given, and so clearly she wasn't able to represent. But the fact is, her performance on a football field is outstanding. It's the kind of example that you want for our young girls coming through the ranks who are considering sports as a career generally, and football in particular. And here is the best of the best. This is a young lady who has demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that the young people in Jamaica, is the best that Jamaica has to offer, and can get a nomination. And so it kind of make you wonder if we have a bunch of stumbling blocks, if you will, who are sitting at the helm of a lot of these organizations. Or keep in mind, the RJR Sports Foundation is, to a large extent, is a non-profit organization. They have been, driving this organization, or for the recognition of our contributors, to top contributors in the sporting field for years. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, this year is the 63rd year of the Sports Foundation Awards, coming from the early days when it was the RJR Sportsman and Sportswoman Awards, or the Machado Sportsman and Sportswoman Award. Then it became the Carreras, and then in 2018 the RJR Gleaner Sports Foundation, right? Basically took that over, and it became, as you say, established as a non-profit or not-for-profit body thing. And we recognize the RJR group. Want to give them the kudos. But we are said to Mr. Gary Allen, don't make promises and don't keep them. And we have to change the way how we look at these things. Yes, the Sports Awards Foundation, at the time when it was established, it was a different time in Jamaica. And yes, it has always been dominated by track and field, because in those days, track and field was the premier thing. In particular, over the between 2004 and 2015, it was the track and field that just dominated these awards, and no argument with that. But today, when the luster and the track and field is kind of dimming, and I'm not saying that we not to pay attention to track and field, I'm saying we have a broader portfolio of contributors to flying the flag of Jamaica, and we need to broaden this opportunity for recognition, and give the credit where it is due. We cannot encourage young people by leaving them out. We need to say to young people, we see you, we recognize your contribution, right? And we need to say to the broad cohort of young Jamaicans who out there, who have a desire to wear the colors or to fly the nation flag high, whatever avocation they choose, that we see you, right? And my sense is the time come. And so, to the RJR people, kudos for continuing this tradition, but don't just promise that we're going to look at the thing. We need to introduce the changes that make the thing worthwhile. And we want to, again, say to our young people, in whatever avocation them choose, right? When you're out there, you fly the nation's flag, and you fly it high. We see you, right? And we are recognizing. That's all I have to say. Tell me what you think about what me think, Let me read your comments in the comment section. And of course, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you have not yet done so, subscribe to the channel, because you know it go. That is what drive the focus to the channel itself, and we benefit from that. And we look forward to it. But again, RJR, congratulations on a job well done over more than 6 decades of association with this function in particular. And but all I'm saying is, let's broaden the participation, recognize the young people there. Until then, I mean, Mr. B, more time.